everyone, welcome to the stream. My name is Shadow and Noir, and I wish you a very happy Halloween. This Halloween, I decided to spend time with my personal favorite, Mass Effect, and hopefully you will enjoy this journey with me. I've never cleared the game with
Welcome to Alliance Military Database.
Jane. So
Classified
this will also be new for
information
me.
requested. Establishing secure connection.
Now, what a Paragon
Secure
Renegade
connection
hybrid means is we will go with Renegade choices where we can, but we also want to make as many allies as possible. Just to make that final war in the third game a little easier. Right, so we want a custom female.
Please log in to access your profile.
The thing about the custom Jane and Ship John appearance is that they are modeled after actual people. They're models, right? But if you want to recreate a character, you cannot make the exact same choices. It will never look like this if you want to recreate it. I do love Jane's appearance, but maybe I would change the hair color.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
So since our secondary focus will be Renegade, we're going to go with Earthborn.
Confirm psychological profile. Confirm military specialization.
We're also going to go with Infiltrator. It's my personal favorite. I was thinking about between Infiltrator and Adept, but I decided to go with Infiltrator. I tried Soldier. I mean, I completed it, but I just did not enjoy it as much. And the one that we want to take with us is the bonus talent, I mean. I really like Singularity, so since we don't have any adept skills.
Confirm facial identification.
Yes.
Profile reconstruction complete.
So sit back and enjoy the ride.
Identification confirmed.
Sanity. Auto level up off. Subtitles on. Great.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of her family.
Doesn't have one. She was raised on the streets, learned to look out for herself.
She saw her whole unit die on a cruise. She could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Based on the psychological profile and background you choose at the beginning, that's the background information you give to the game for all of the people in it to know about you.
Arcturus Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander?
connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emission sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
I like.
You remember to
Nihilus.
zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
So what's interesting is that most of these, if not all, main characters are modeled after real people. And Jeff Moreau, Joker, is modeled after Seth Green, a famous actor. I think he actually voices him too.
That's enough. Your soldiers act like it.
Sorry, Commander.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Great. You pissed the captain off and now I'm gonna pay for it.
Don't blame me. The Captain's always in a bad mood.
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
This game has a lot of codex entries, so it means a lot of reading. When I first played this game, it felt a little bit overwhelming because I'm a completionist by nature and I want to read every detail of everything. We will not be doing this in this playthrough, but I will be giving short summaries of things I thought were interesting and that I remember about the game that we can't find in actual dialogue.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
You don't trust Nihilus.
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War, lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
Nihilus is no ordinary Turian.
You've got that right, Commander. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command, and they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
So you can see that racism flows in this guy's family. He has been taught not to really like Turians. Nihilus is a Turian.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, ma'am. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
A full crew makes sense. We need the extra hands in case anything goes wrong. And the Spectre's just here as an observer.
Well, maybe you're right, Commander, but I just can't shake this feeling that we're out here on false pretenses.
Info's on a need-to-know basis, Presley. Just follow the orders you're given.
Understood, Commander.
The racism stems from the First Contact War, when humans discovered a Mass Effect relay. They tried to activate it without knowing where it would lead to, which is very dangerous. And the Turians already being an established race on the Galactic Council, they felt agitated by that, so they attacked. After a long war and many casualties, a stalemate was reached, and the humans decided to join the Galactic Council instead. But that was long ago, and now many Turians and humans are actually cooperating. This ship, the Normandy, was designed by both humans and Turians.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Marines are meant to fight. You just fix us up and we're done.
I know how things work, Commander. I've seen my share of combat, but it's foolish to go looking for trouble. You could both take a lesson from the captain. He's not afraid of combat, but he knows the value of restraint, too.
Sorry, Doc, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Do your job, follow my orders, and there won't be any problems.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on a cruise. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
Notice that his name is Jenkins. I think this is a parody of that famous video clip from World of Warcraft where a guy yells Leroy Jenkins. Then he runs into a raid boss and gets everybody killed.
This mission isn't about personal glory, Corporal. We have a job to do. Don't do anything stupid to mess it up.
This one seems just
Don't worry,
excited.
man. I'm not gonna screw this up.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Exploring dialogue is important because depending on which choice you go with, you start investing into either Renegade, this Renegade bar here, or the Paragon bar. Intimidate is Renegade, Charm is Paragon. And those two things affect future special dialogue choices.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I'm a Marine, not some tourist on vacation.
It's more than just a tourist destination, isn't it, Shepard? Eden Prime is a symbol of your people. A perfect little world on the edges of your territory. Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
Are you trying to scare me, Spectre?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
You can think of the galaxy as our world. Our world has many different cultures, different countries, right? The galaxy likewise has many different races, also different nations, different civilizations. And the Galactic Council is the seat and collective group effort of all of those races combined. The Galactic Council makes the decisions that govern the rest of the galaxy that fall under Citadel space. And the very elite of those military units are called Spectres. And Nihilus here is a Spectre.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
I don't like being kept in the dark, Captain.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
Since when do we answer to the Spectres?
You're smart enough to know how things work, Commander. The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
I don't like people making decisions about my future.
This isn't about you, Shepard. Humanity needs this. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Because he put our name forward for becoming a new Spectre. And that would make us the first human Spectre. I should also mention that humanity in this timeline, they found some ruins on Mars. And they were Prothean ruins. The Protheans were, like they mentioned, a very advanced race. They credit them to being the designers of the Mass Effect relays and the Citadel. And with the help of the ruins found on Mars, they found the location of the nearest Mass Effect relay. Right? Now, what the Mass Effect relay does is it can increase or decrease the mass of any object. What this means is they can make a cup of coffee weigh 15,000 tons. But similarly, they can make a giant ship weigh a few grams, right? And because of this, they are able to travel at faster than light speeds. You need to have a concept in your mind of how large the galaxy is. It's just too large to be able to travel through it freely within our lifetime without absolutely incredible speeds. And the Mass Effect relay allows us to reach those speeds. Because of that, we were able to reach different parts of the galaxy that were inhabited by different races and establish ourselves as a part of the galactic community.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
This image. It will be important.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
I don't like putting my life in the hands of a Turian, sir.
Nihilus is on our side. He wants you in the Spectres, and he wants that beacon.
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Ship perimeter secured, Commander.
Eden Prime is one of the human colonies on different
This
planets.
place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
And because 50,000 years ago, all traces of Protheans and their technology has been wiped clean off the map of the galaxy, it makes any and all of their artifacts extremely rare and valuable.
What the hell are those?
And the colony on this planet seem to have
What happened here?
uncovered a Prothean relic. We are here to retrieve it.
Rip right through his shields. We're out of chance.
Leave him. We need to finish the mission.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
That's it for Leroy. Something seems to be attacking this colony, but we don't know what.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
I'm going to do this playthrough with the consideration of people who might be new to the series being here. So I will never give out any spoilers about what is going to happen. But I will elaborate on what's happening.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
I need a status report, now.
Oh, man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Any idea what kind of enemy we're facing?
I think they're Geth.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
The Geth were made by Quarians.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out!
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Trying to get into the habit of picking up supplies whenever we can. Even if we don't need it, we can reduce it to something we do need, or sell it. Since insanity is a little bit harder.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Since it's a little bit harder, we want to be able to afford upgrades and equipment that we want.
Let's get moving. Williams, where's the camp?
It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh god, they're still alive!
What did the Geth do to them?
So we want to invest in... I definitely like damage increase. But since we will be focusing on the sniper rifle, we want to invest points into that. We need 5 points in pistols before we can unlock sniper rifle. And the rest we will prioritize on Intimidate and Charm. Maybe Charm not so much. But we'll take it anyway. And for Caden and Ashley, we're just gonna auto-level them up.
That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
Being able to decrypt that door is, I think, a benefit of being Infiltrator. Infiltrator means that you specialize in rifles, pistols, and some technology.
How did you end up in this shed?
We hid here during the attack. They must have come here for the beacon. Luckily, it wasn't here. It was moved to the spaceport earlier this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. One second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers. Bringers of darkness. Heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry, Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil. Awakened the beast. Unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
This dialogue is interesting if this is not your first playthrough. Because Manuel appears to be crazy, but he might actually be making the most sense out of everybody.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Say goodnight, Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be heard.
Oh my God! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
You can't just go around whacking people in the head.
It was only a matter of time till he did something crazy and dangerous.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
Good luck, Commander.
Yeah, so see, we have 1 point invested into decryption. That's how we were able to hack that door. That point was invested automatically with taking Infiltrator. But if we went, for example, Soldier, then I don't think we would have a decryption skill. So it's nice that different specializations give you different experiences.
Saren. Nihilus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
The gunshot in the background.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
Indicating that Saren killed Nihilus. This is also very important to remember the ship. Blue bar, if you take a look at our UI, is the barrier. It's like a shield. When depleted, it will automatically recharge if you stop taking damage. But the red bar is our health. That will not automatically replete itself. We need to use medkits for that.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
Nobody moves a muscle until we know who you are.
Nice going, Cole. I told you we should have stayed hidden.
It's okay. We're all on the same side here. We're just farmers. We've been hiding ever since that ship first showed up.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
Noise coming from the ship. You should also remember that.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
If there's something you're not telling me...
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring. Nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
You greedy bastard. You weren't running for your life. You were running to check on your merchandise.
No, it's not like that. I just knew there were some packages here, something we could use. I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
This is where the Paragon and Renegade dialogue kicks in. If you have accumulated enough Paragon points, you can opt for the deeper blue option. And similarly, if you've accumulated enough Renegade points, you can take the red option. If you don't have enough of either, these dialogue options are just gray.
I'm only gonna ask this once. Think long and hard before you lie to me again. Are you sure all you've got is one lousy pistol?
No, wait, I just remembered. I just had it in my pocket. Might as well take that too. That's everything, really.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Would you rather be a snitch or a corpse?
Powell! His name's Powell.
No honor among thieves.
That's all I know, really. So let's try to keep things friendly from here on in, okay?
I have to go.
Good luck.
I guess being more of a renegade is also quite lucrative. It gave us some nice free loot.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Just a quick sweep.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Hi, Powell.
I like the way you hid behind those crates during the fight. Really helped us out. Thanks a lot.
Me? But I'm just a dock worker. I don't even have a weapon. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
What the hell are you talking about?
There were 2 Turians here. Your friend and another one he called Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform, probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
You're Cole's contact here on the docks, for the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. It doesn't matter now, does it?
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch. We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Hand over those grenades. Now.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
Too many people died here for you to start jerking me around.
Okay, all right. There was something else. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next, those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
Quite the upstanding citizen.
You ditch work, then you cower back here and do nothing while the Geth butcher everyone else.
I don't even have a gun. What was I supposed to do? Run out there and die? I couldn't save them. Nobody could. It was horrible.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Other Turian is called Saren. We don't know who he is yet, but he seems to be collaborating with the Geth. These robots that we just killed, they are called Geth. And as we learned earlier, they were created by a race called the Quarians. I'm not going to equip new gear and upgrades every time we pick something up. What I'd like to do is reserve sections or moments where I just invest some time into upgrading everything at once instead of doing it on the go. Important on lower difficulties, but on higher difficulties everything does a lot more. So you definitely want to take advantage of being
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
They're in order to get to destroy the whole colony. So before we go and deal with him, we have to deactivate all of the bombs. This is one of them.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down!
There is a time limit. If we fail, it fails. Can't spend too much time fighting the Geth. So we want to prioritize on the bombs first. One left. There we go. Now that that's been dealt with, it's not very good when they jump right in your line of sight. They were once human. But the Geth impaled them on those particular spikes, right? And what it did was it basically injected them with nanomachinery. Effectively reanimating the dead body, and they become husks. The process is completely irreversible. So we don't really have a choice but to kill them. If they come too close, they emit a burst, which usually does a lot of damage. They can only do that at close range though, so we're fine. As long as we keep them at bay. And the white bar is a fatigue bar. Just making sure we pick up everything. I think that was everything. And then we can continue with the story. this is the Prothean beacon.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is
Request immediate
amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
No, don't touch it. It's too...
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Doctor? Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Like the morning after shore leave. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
The thing is, if you play as John Shepard, it's Ashley who accidentally interacts with the beacon. But since we're playing Jane, it was Caden.
I expect better of you, Lieutenant. You endangered the entire mission.
Don't be so hard on him, Commander. We have no idea if that's what actually set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
The beacon gave Jane a rapid series of visions, of dialogue, of everything, but it happened so fast, and so much of it at once, that it's all scrambled.
I don't suppose it occurred to you that Eden Prime has medical facilities.
Listen, you're better off in this infirmary than in any hospital on Eden Prime. Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
The Council can kiss my ass. I won't let them blame me for losing the beacon. I didn't do anything wrong.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
They'll think I'm crazy.
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
Also a Spectre, as Anderson just said. Spectres are very talented, let's say, individuals working for the Galactic Council. When they can't solve a problem, they send in a Spectre. A Spectre does not really answer to the guidelines of galactic law. They can do anything they want, anywhere they want, as long as they provide the results. But they do work for the Council. And the only way they stop Spectre is they commit an unjustifiable crime. And the only way they can stop a Spectre is by sending in another Spectre. Saren is a very accomplished Spectre. But he seemed to have been collaborating with the Geth while attacking Eden Prime, a human colony, for the beacon. So we need to go to the Council and tell them what Saren has done to expose his crime.
When have they ever done anything for humanity?
If we expose Saren as a traitor, the Council will revoke his Spectre status. I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
In between missions, there are unseen loyalty points that you can accumulate, and that is for your crew. Ashley just joined the crew, so we can
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
definitely work on our relationship with her and with Alenko. Also, what's interesting is if you play John Shepard, it's going to be Caden who is standing over there, and Ashley who's standing over there.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
When your number comes up, it's over. His did.
Do you really believe that, Commander? After what happened to you on Akuz? Are you saying you only survived because of random chance?
I survived because I refused to die.
With respect, sir, I think you had somebody watching over you.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
Dead Marines, dead colonists. And in the end, we still didn't get that beacon.
You saved a lot of lives, Commander. It might be hard to keep that in perspective with what happened to Jenkins.
Because of the relationship, we do want to opt for more positive dialogue choices. They do accumulate, and they will later on unlock new sections of the game.
Thanks, Williams. I needed to hear that. I think you're gonna fit in here just fine.
Thanks, Commander.
Mass Effect is like the base game. Everything you do in Mass Effect 1 will have an effect of things that happen in Mass Effect 2. And everything you did in Mass Effect 1 and 2 will later on have an effect on Mass Effect 3. That's why we need to be careful with our choices.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
A biotic is a person who can simulate the effect of a mass effect. So, in other words, they can also manipulate the weight of objects. So they can lift something extremely heavy. You can see that by a glowing blue light that surrounds it. And they can throw it. And Caden Alenko is one of these biotics.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
They use implants called Ls, right? We have L1, L2, L3. The more recent, more modern they are, the higher the number it will have. Caden still has an L2 model, which is pretty obsolete. And like Dr. Chagwa says, He's one of the lucky ones. The only side effect from his L2 implant is that he has migraines, while others with the same implants have very severe side effects, from psychosis to just sickness to delusions and nightmares. It can be anything. They became biotics because they had some sort of exposure to a new element called Element Zero, or EZO. A long time ago, there was an explosion that happened over a colony. And a lot of Element EZO was Element Zero, was sprinkled down from the sky, from that explosion, onto the colony. And many people died from it. Not everybody could adapt to this element. It's like a form of radiation. Some just died, some lived very painfully with cancers and tumors. But a very small number of them were able to adapt. And Caden is one of them.
Commander, I'm glad to see you're okay. Losing Jenkins was hard on the crew, and I'm glad we didn't lose you too.
Things were pretty rough down there.
Yeah, you never get used to seeing dead civilians. It doesn't seem right somehow. But at least you stopped Saren from wiping out the whole colony.
Dead Marines, dead colonists, and in the end, we still didn't get that beacon.
Maybe you're right. Things went bad, real bad. I still can't believe we lost Jenkins.
There's nothing we could have done to save him.
No, I know that, but I don't have to like it. It's been a hell of a shakedown, Cruz. Our first mission ends with one Spectre killing another. The Citadel Council's not gonna be happy about that. Probably use it to lever more concessions out of the Alliance.
You've got a good grasp of the situation. You a career man?
Yeah, a lot of biotics are. We're not restricted, but we sure don't go undocumented. May as well get a paycheck for it. Besides, my father served. I made him proud when I enlisted. Eventually. But is that why you're here? Because of your family?
I never met my parents. If they wanted to see me, they'd have contacted me after that mess a few years back.
Oh, that's right, a Coos. I imagine that bought you any post in the fleet. Word is we're heading for the Citadel, ma'am. Can you, tell me why?
The captain hopes the ambassador can get an audience with the council. Tell them what Saren's been up to.
Makes sense. They'd probably like to know he's not working for them anymore. Whatever happens, we'll be ready, Commander.
Also, something interesting is that if you take Ashley for example, the game always likes to give you balance and consequence, right? Ashley leans more towards the renegade side in her personality, and Caden is more of a Paragon. Likewise, when you have two people in your squad and you make choices, one of them will always tell you the Paragon option, and the other one will always tell you the Renegade option of their dialogue. So for example, if you shoot somebody and you didn't have to, the Paragon will be unhappy, but the Renegade will justify it. Mass Effect does a really good job with emulating reality. It's still sci-fi, it's still in the future, but everything that happens in Mass Effect is explained in a way that makes it very believable.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
This is a Mass Effect relay. And this is the Citadel.
Look at the size of that
ship?
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
I'm not gonna sit on my ass just because the Council doesn't want to do anything. If they won't stop Saren, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
Ambassador Udina is definitely a person that's easy to dislike. I have no problems with it. Captain Henriksen reported some unusual energy readings during a patrol of the Argus Rogue cluster. She had particular concerns about the Hydra system, but was recalled before her team could investigate further. No patrols are scheduled for that sector. Do we want to send in a recon team? Sometimes missions, or rather side missions, are hidden. So even just reading random notes like that.
I understand what you're saying, but these allegations are very
Can unlock side missions. So the Galactic Council, the governing body of galactic civilization, is ruled by 3 races. The council consists of 1 representative from the Turians, 1 from the Asari, and 1 from the Solarians. We already know.
Welcome to the...
Good day, Commander. The human ambassador is up the stairs, first room on the right.
This person is an Asari, so now we know the Asari as well.
You know who I am?
Yes, I receive reports on all newly arrived dignitaries and notable people.
What is this place?
This is the Presidium. More specifically, you are at the Citadel embassies. If you have more questions, please access Avina.
What's that?
Oh, Avina is the virtual guide for the Citadel. Feel free to access the terminal yourself.
What's your name? What do you do here?
My name is Safiria. I'm the administrative assistant for the embassies.
You seem to be distracted.
The embassies are the hub of all Citadel politics. When you represent trillions of citizens, it tends to get a little busy.
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant day.
There's something interesting about the Galactic Council races. The Turians are a very militaristic people. They, almost all of them, have some sort of career or belonging in a military lifestyle. It can be a soldier, it can be an officer, it can be a bodyguard. They just love to serve and protect. They're also usually a very honest people. They have difficulty lying. Some of them can lie easily, of course. But there's a bad batch in every group, right? I'm just talking about the general people. They have a different diet than humans. They can't eat the same things that people can eat, or they would just get sick. It's sometimes that they can even die, and vice versa. We can't eat what they can. The Asari are more humanoid in nature, but they can live to around 1,000 years, each of them. And each Asari is a female. What's special about the Asari is they are all naturally gifted biotics. They are all very powerful biotics. And the ones that especially train in their biotics become even more formidable. They can also mate with any other race anywhere. Their particular practice of mating involves synergizing with their lover, and they do so in a way that connects them. They can feel everything that their partner feels. They can synchronize their memories even. They just become unified as one. However, any child that an Asari has will also always be an Asari, right? So what they take is a section of the DNA from their partner, and they use that DNA to they use that DNA to I'm trying to word this properly. They use their DNA to somehow mix their own genetic pool. So when they have a child, an Asari little girl, the little girl will have inherent characteristics of the father, but she will always look like the mother. So if, for example, this woman, an Turian, I don't know, general or soldier, had a child, she would still be an Asari, she would still be an adept biotic, but her personality would be more towards a militaristic lifestyle. She would also want to become a soldier. She would also want to have the instinct of protecting and serving.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
And a third race are these guys, the Solarians. They have very short lifespans. It is said that you rarely see a Solarian that lives beyond the year of 40. The age of 40, I mean. They have a very fast metabolism. They are more amphibian in nature, which means that they prefer a wetter climate, a hot, wet climate, humid. But they also have photographic memory. they can recall everything they see and hear with perfect clarity. So they have this gift with the stipulation of having a short life. So they usually talk very fast because they also process thoughts much faster than we do, and emotions for that matter. They think, for example, that a human while talking is really just too slow, too dull, and it wastes precious time that they do not have.
I can't believe I landed a job here.
Human, delighted, welcome. It is good to meet you.
This guy is an Elcor. They are not on the Citadel Council, but they are one of the prevalent races in the galaxy.
Don't believe the... What do you want? Oh, Commander. Is there something I can do for you?
Relax, Private. This isn't an inspection.
Right, sorry. What can I do for you, Commander?
What can you tell me about the Asari consort?
Well, she's an Asari who works here as... That is, she helps people with things.
You never went to see her, did you, Fredericks?
No, I never did. I couldn't afford it. It costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge from the embassies.
Thanks, kid. Have fun. Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
Usually people who don't have generic names, like for example, this guy is called Bartender, but this Asari is called Asana.
I don't have time to talk now. I'm very busy.
This means that at some point in the future they will have some sort of role in a mission. It's completely up to you if you find the mission that correlates with her or not. But if they do have a name, they will be at some point connected to a mission. At least usually, I think. Diplomatic advisory warning. The following message was transmitted from an untraceable account to multiple recipients across the internet. Further monitoring of the situation is warranted. My fellow biotic, you have been selected to receive this transmission because of our shared plight. Few understand us, fewer tolerate us. We must stand together. We must build our own new world. Come, join us and the Hawking Era Cluster. Only as one body can we right the wrongs done to our kind.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
Have we met before?
No, but I know you well enough. I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC. It's my job to know when someone like you arrives on the Citadel. Was there something you needed, Commander?
I get the feeling you're not too fond of humans.
No, I just don't trust your kind. Not yet. You humans are eager to take all the power you can get, and you're being given a lot. If the Council wants to make humanity their new favorite pet, that's their business. But I don't have to like it.
The Council treats us like second-class citizens. We have to fight for everything we get.
Good. Then fight for it. But don't expect the rest of us to just sit back and let you take it. I'm a busy man, Commander. Are we done here?
What do you know about the Spectres?
They're the right hand of the Council, or so they like to be called. More like the underhanded side of the Council.
What do you have against the Spectres?
I can't abide any organization that considers itself above the law. Especially when it's left up to each individual Spectre to decide when and how to bend the rules.
Sometimes you have to bend the law to keep people safe.
I've been with CSEC for 30 years. I've never had to break the law to do my job, not once.
Yeah, right. You expect us to believe none of your officers are corrupt?
There are over 200,000 CSEC agents. Some of them are going to be bad. But we don't turn a blind eye to corruption like the Spectres do. We do our best to find and punish any officer who breaks the law. Spectres. They'll never come under that kind of scrutiny.
The galaxy needs people like that. People who do the dirty jobs.
I agree. But they need to be held to a higher standard. They need to be accountable. Saren's out of control. We both know that. But because he's a Spectre, the Council doesn't want to do anything about it. Is that the kind of person this galaxy needs?
Absolutely. The only thing that matters is accomplishing the task.
Maybe. But I've never had to cross that line to get the job done. Never.
Yeah, I very much agree with Executive Palin. But since we're going for a Paragon Renegade hybrid, we have to take Renegade choices wherever we can.
Tell me about CSEC.
CSEC provides necessary police and security services throughout the Citadel. We're a civilian government agency, though many of our members have had military training. Of course, as the CSEC representative to the Council, I spend most of my time liaising between the two.
CSEC is short for Citadel Security. You can think of them as the police force on the Citadel.
Tell me about your investigation into Saren.
Sorry, Commander. I don't make a habit of giving out details about ongoing investigations.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Humans are still very new to the galactic community, and they already expect a lot. So many of the other races are wary of humans.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be
They
your
think
guide.
we are growing way too fast. But that's probably because of the shorter lifespan of humans. Most of these races live longer. But it is true that it's human nature to just want more and more and more. So even if they get what they want, will they be satisfied? And what humans want right now is a seat on the Galactic Council. They're also very new here. I think less than a century. And other races have been here much longer, and they received even less than humans did in this period of time. That's why some races especially dislike humans.
Please do not disturb the keepers.
These things are called keepers. They seem to be
Welcome
insectoid.
to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
They live on the Citadel, but nobody knows exactly where they came from or who they are really. They don't talk. They never interact with anybody in any way. All they do is seemingly maintain the Citadel. That's why everybody has generally accepted them as a presence. Nobody really notices them. Anytime something bad happens or something dysfunctions on the Citadel, a keeper appears and they just repair it. So the council encourages people to just leave them alone because they seem to be doing a good job.
The council isn't going to ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
This is called elevator dialogue. You can get a lot of different elevator dialogue based on your squad, but they all have unique interactions. And it's interesting to hear all of them. For me, at least. Might be for you too.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the Council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the CSEC investigation into Saren.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the Council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
They will. The Citadel alone has
I'm not so sure. The humans are making
an exhaustive list of things that we can do before we move on. And all of these little details, everything that you do, will give you a different result in the end.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
So we want to do as much of everything as possible.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard. The one who let the beacon get destroyed.
You're the one who destroyed the beacon, then you tried to cover it up.
Shift the blame to cover your own failures. Just like Captain Anderson. He's taught you well. But what can you expect from a human?
You can expect me to kill you the next time we meet.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
You can't hide behind the Council forever.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
He's a Turian. I don't want him on our side.
Not all Turians are like Saren. If he can help, we need to find him. I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Sometimes 1,000 people must die so 1,000,000 can live.
But only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing. And he knows how to cover his tracks.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game. And the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
He knows who he is, or she. And they have very dangerous information on pretty much everybody.
Our ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings. Protect our own interests. No more jumping through hoops whenever we want something. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
I thought this embassy was supposed to help humans.
Harkin may be human, but he's also an ass. He's had more than his share of chances. If the embassy wasn't protecting him, he would have been fired 15 years ago. CSEC is better off without him.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done. Like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
Tell me about Bar Lavan.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius, doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, Spectres. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the Ambassador's office if you need anything else.
Summarize. The Council did not believe our claims about Saren. We didn't really have any kind of hard evidence apart from our word, our vision, and a delinquent dock worker. So what we need to do now is find evidence that exposes Saren for what he truly is, and then present it to the Council. If you notice, Shepard is wearing armor that says N7. N7 is a very prestige program. You have N1, you have N2, all the way to N7. N7 being the hardest, and consequentially the most difficult. What it symbolizes is the most accomplished of soldiers among humans. And the name for the collective human representation in the galaxy is called the Alliance. So the N7, or people in the N7, are the best that the Alliance
That guy's
has to
up to
offer.
something.
What guy?
In terms
one
of
over by the
soldier
keep.
skill.
What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind.
What were you doing?
Yes, is there something you want?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the keep.
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
I could help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm Commander Shepard with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
That sound we just heard means we gotta level up. So we're going to unlock sniper rifles. Put the extra point in for Renegade and Charm. The 2 points into sniper rifle and the rest for... Actually, we can save the rest for now. And auto level up Caden and Ashley. So this is a nice little side mission. I read an interesting statistic. Basically what you need to do for this side mission, right, is find 20 keepers and scan them. For each of them you get a small amount of experience and gold. Gold in this game is called credits. It's the universal currency for every race, everywhere. So the statistic mentioned that a very high percentage of people were not able to find that last keeper. Not because any of them in particular is hard to find, but because there are 20 of them and the Citadel can be a little confusing and big at first. You just lose count and then you forget which one you already scanned. So it can be a bit of a tedious mission, but I find it enjoyable since I also like exploring. So that was 2. And we're just gonna keep a loud count so that we know where we are. The key to doing any kind of RPG, and this is in a way an RPG, is to just grind, right? The more you grind, the more time you invest into making your character stronger,
Commander.
the easier the game becomes. 3. So if you want to challenge yourself by attempting this game on Insanity, I think there is an achievement even for finishing this game on Insanity. I don't remember. Since it's one of my favorite games, I just immediately got all of the achievements. I already knew all of the things I needed to know. But this is definitely a good way to go around it. We're just exploring every area as we pass through to make sure we get every keeper.
Maybe. But I wouldn't believe everything you hear.
That's just it. I'm hearing it everywhere. It's not just...
Or, so to find evidence about Saren, we need to find Garrus, the Taurian we talked to before going up to the council. Not Executor Paladin, Garrus, the other one. We found him right here. We will know where he might be by talking to Harkin, who is a corrupt CSEC officer who is also a drunk. So right now he's probably wasting time getting drunk in Cora's den.
I can't believe the Council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they'd take his word over ours.
Oh, so now we just chase leads while this smug Turian runs around with his Geth troopers.
That's politics, Chief.
I hate politics.
Here we see another one right away.
Welcome to the Presidium.
That's 5. And we will
Please
take
do not disturb the keepers.
directions. elevator leads up to the Citadel Tower, where the Council convenes to pass judgment on interstellar matters. We will use this point, Citadel Tower, as a checkpoint, because this part of the Citadel, it's called the Presidium. Its layout is designed like a lab, right? So to make exploring it a little easier, we will consider this the checkpoint. I personally like setting checkpoints just to make orientation a little bit easier. I never really have any kind of problems with orientation, and that is probably one of my secrets to doing. So we saw that place. Here we just want to connect the bridge but not go across the bridge. We just want to see what's on the bridge. Okay? And then we go back. And then once we make our way back, we don't have to examine the bridge again. We can just pass through it. We need to talk to Barlavan. It's this guy. His race is called the Volus. The Volus have a very particular climate, which has a lot of pressure, I think, if I remember correctly. So they need to wear these pressurized suits, because if they exposed their skin in our pressure, which is a lot less, it would just burst. So they cannot exist outside of their suits on the Citadel or in any kind of Earth-like gravity. But what's notable about them is that they are very clever with money. So they usually work in positions of merchants or bankers or any kind of financial profession that you can imagine. And they seem to be very, very good with monetary. Dealings.
What's this? One of the Earth Clan. Ah, a very famous one, yes? You are the one called Shepard. The tale of how you survived the great tragedy on Akuz is truly remarkable. I am amazed each time I hear it.
They're also tribal by nature, so they associate everybody to a clan, right? He called us Earth Clan because he believes that all humans belong to the clan of Earth. Makes sense. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just giving some feedback.
I don't like strangers keeping tabs on me.
Forgive me, Earth Clan. My name is Barlavan. My job makes it necessary for me to keep informed. I am a financial advisor to many important clients here on the Citadel. When someone as important as yourself arrives on the station, I take notice.
I heard you work for the Shadow Broker. Do you have any information about Saren?
You're very blunt, Shepard. But you're right. I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. And I do know something about Saren.
If you remember what I said earlier, I said nobody knows who the Shadow Broker is. What he looks like, where he comes from, nobody knows him. And this guy is included. The Shadow Broker has many agents, like him, who pass on information, who pass on his broker dealings. But they do not know who he is. They just receive information through a proxy, and then they obtain either information or rewards based on what the nature of their dealing will be.
I need that information, now.
Threats don't work on me, Commander. This information is worth a small fortune, but this is an unusual situation, so I am going to let you have it for free.
What's the catch?
There is no catch. The Shadow Broker is quite upset with Saren right now. They used to do a lot of business, until Saren turned on him.
Saren betrayed him. Imagine that.
No matter what you think of Saren, he's not stupid. He knows the Shadow Broker is a valuable ally. Turning on him doesn't make sense. Not unless something huge was at stake. I don't know the details, but the Shadow Broker hired a freelancer to deal with it. A Krogan mercenary.
That's not much to go on.
I just told you that the most famous Spectre in the galaxy betrayed the Shadow Broker. Quite a bargain, considering the price. Speak with the Krogan if you want to learn more. I heard he was paying a visit to Citadel security. If you hurry, you might catch him before he leaves the Academy.
Isn't it strange that a Krogan would want to speak with C-Sec?
Very. However, I doubt the visit was entirely his choice. You'll need to speak with him if you want to know more.
Tell me more about your job.
Galactic finance is incredibly complex. A mix of laws and regulations from dozens of interstellar economies. I'm an expert in how all these economies interact. For a fee, I share my expertise. I also offer premium services for those clients who need someone to conduct business without drawing unwanted attention. Discreet and efficient. That's my motto.
Sounds pretty shady.
Everything I do falls completely within the bounds of interstellar commerce law. Even so, many of my clients would prefer their transactions remain undisclosed. For example, suppose a Hanar ambassador was petitioning the Council to reduce tariffs on Hanar goods. How would it look if he had money invested in a Hanar exporting company? Even if his true motives were to help his people, he would be accused of advancing the petition for his own personal gain. I can keep his personal finances private.
Still sounds shady to me.
Then we can only hope you will never be cursed with a large enough fortune to require my services.
What's it like living here on the Citadel?
The station is without a doubt the greatest wonder in the galaxy. It is a technological marvel, but its true splendor goes much deeper than the hull and engines. From the Presidium to the wards, the entire station is a testament to the success of the Council. All the species of Citadel spaced together in a single, strong community.
What are the wards like?
The cultural heart of the galaxy. They pulse with the lifeblood of millions of citizens from dozens of different species. You never know what you'll find out in the wards, Commander. It's always full of surprises. Fortunately, most of them are pleasant.
What makes the Presidium so special?
It is the political center of Citadel space. 80% of all intelligent species in the known galaxy acknowledge the Council's authority on interstellar matters. But only the most powerful and influential species have embassies here on the Presidium. This level of the station is reserved for the elite, Shepard. People like us.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
Most people think I deal in finances, but my real currency is knowledge. I trade information, and it has made me very wealthy. But the Shadow Broker is the true master. Every day he buys and sells secrets that could topple governments, always giving them to the highest bidder. Yet somehow he never seems to upset the natural balance of power. All those secrets being passed around seem to even out. Nobody ends up with an advantage in the end.
Any guess what his identity might be?
I don't know. Nobody does. The Shadow Broker could be any race, any gender. I have a theory that it's actually an entire group working under one identity. How else could they juggle so many contacts at the same time? How else could they keep all that information from getting crossed? But they've got the perfect setup. Every government is forced to play their game so they don't get behind. But no matter how long you play, No matter how many secrets you buy, you can never win.
I thought you'd know more about the man you work for.
From time to time, I come across information I sell to the Shadow Broker. That's my only involvement. I like it that way. The more you know, the more dangerous the game becomes. I don't like danger, Commander. I'll leave that to you.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Learned that Saren has in the past collaborated with Shadow Broker, but now he has betrayed him. So the Shadow Broker wanted us to have a free bit of information, which will lead us to finding a Krogan named Erdnot Rex. The Krogan are also a very important race or species in the galaxy, but I will elaborate more on that. These guys are called the Hanar. They resemble jellyfish. They also usually live in water. But what's special about them, I guess, is that they revere the Protheans as religious symbols. They think they are gods. But having a religion, I said something special about that. Maybe religion is not particularly special. They're just a unique type of personality. Yes, nothing especially special.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium.
Who are you?
This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
Maybe wondering, so many different races. Why is everybody speaking English, right? It's because they're all speaking a standardized language. They may not even be speaking English actually, but a different language. I'm not sure if that's the case. But what they do is, most people, especially people living on the Citadel, have implants. And through these implants, they're able to translate languages from different species actively. So he may be speaking the tongue of Hanar, and we are speaking the human tongue, English. But we both might be translating that into a separate, standardized tongue. Or we can just be translating it directly from Hanar to English and from English to Hanar. That's how everybody understands each other. Now, there are people who take the time to actually learn the languages, but those people are considered to be scholars. Usually, they do not do that.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
What exactly do you sell?
Only the finest and most luxurious items that credits can buy. This one is able to procure almost any item the human would desire, for a price, naturally.
He's a vendor.
I'd like to see these rare and wonderful items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human. You will not be disappointed.
View standard items. So first we want to sell everything we don't need. Based on where you are in the game and what level you are at, you get a different number, right? So you can have Duelist 1, and you can have Duelist 2, and it goes all the way up to 10. Since we already started getting 2, we can assume that from now on we will just be finding gear that has the level 2 or higher value. So with that in mind, we're just gonna sell everything that is 1. Don't need it, don't want it. Then things we want to buy. This is a license. You have a special vendor on your ship. Your ship is called the Normandy. And when you buy a license, for example, the Certa Foundation license, it means that the vendor on your ship will now be able to sell you Certa Foundation equipment. So whenever we see a license, we want to get that right away, because some of the places will not be accessible forever, and they may be the unique vendor that sells that particular license. Maybe we want something exactly from that license that we may never get again. So whenever we see a vendor, we go to the bottom, and we always want to buy the license first.
Commander,
Show me your items.
Look at upgrades.
Oh, this...
Armor upgrade. Right, these are physical upgrades, not so important yet. The Keeper, that should be 6, right? We can track the progress of our Keepers here. Citadel scan the Keepers. It says 6 out of 20. Here we have 7. And there was a fork there, so let's go around it first. We want to check the bridge, but not cross it. Okay, no keepers here. Go back.
That's enough. I've had my office rearranged 5 times now.
And here we see another keeper. That should be 8. Yes. Almost halfway done. Now we are backtracking to the fork in the road. Okay. And now we are comfortable because we explored the entirety of the right side, except for the place in here.
Welcome, I am Naylina. I don't recognize you as one of our expected clients today. Would you like me to see when the consort will be able to meet with you?
Can't I just go in?
I'm afraid not. Yeah, you must understand there are many who seek the consort services. But if you wish to leave your name, she'll make every effort to meet with you.
Commander Shepard, with the Alliance Navy.
Excellent. You should hear something in, 3 or 4 months.
Nobody's worth that much of a wait.
Well, that's not for me to judge. I have your name and you'll be contacted. Is there anything else?
What do you do here, Nalina?
I'm one of the consort's acolytes. Many of the people here today will not see the consort, but they expect to be attended to just the same. It's our job to ensure that they leave contented.
What exactly do you attend to?
Well, each acolyte has her unique abilities. Some soothe with song, others with conversation. As much as possible, we seek to match the needs of our clients to the skills of our acolytes. My specialty is touch. My fingertips can find every tension point in your body and relieve it.
I'd like to try out your services.
Excellent. I'll add you to our client list. We should be able to see you in 3 or 4 months.
What is the consort? What does she do?
It's difficult to explain. She's many things to many people, and something different for each. Some seek her for advice, some for entertainment, others still for pleasure. Most of the time, our clients won't realize what they were seeking until after she has provided it for them.
You make her sound like some kind of oracle.
No, not in the usual sense. She's merely a woman with remarkable compassion and a generous spirit. I suggest you make an appointment and see for yourself.
Consort Shaira is very famous on the Presidium of the Citadel because she gives a means of comfort to people, and it's different for everybody. We don't have to go into the details, but it can be anything from just talking to holding to massaging to anything, really. So she is also very busy because she's so popular. These girls here are her acolytes, as she says. They also work similarly, but they have a lot less options, right? We want to be able to talk to Shaira right now, but we can't because she's just too busy.
I think I'm done here.
Oh, well, I hope you'll return again in the future. We always enjoy seeing new clients.
Nalina.
Yes, Shaira?
Send the commander up to see me. I wish to speak with her.
Yes, of course, mistress. Huh. It appears the consort has taken notice of you. She'd like to meet with you now.
But, luckily, she calls us in instead.
Where do I go?
Just head upstairs. She'll be waiting for you.
This is my first time. I can't believe I didn't come sooner.
You're with the Alliance? My brother's a private back on Earth.
That is close enough, Commander. I've heard a great many things about you since your arrival here in our Citadel.
I don't like people spying on me.
I apologize, Commander. I make it my business to know when important people arrive on the station. Many of them become clients. But that is not why I asked you here. I have a certain problem that could use your expertise.
Get to the point.
I have a friend, Septimus, a retired Turian general. I won't discuss the details, but he wanted me to be more than I could be. We had a falling out. Now he spends his days in Korra's den, drinking and spreading lies about me. If you would speak to him as a fellow soldier, I believe he will listen to you and let the matter be.
What happened between you?
I respect his privacy too much to go into the details. If he wishes to tell you what happened, that is his prerogative.
Sometimes the Renegade choice just flat out refuses a mission. But since we want to get as many missions as possible, we have to go with Paragon.
What exactly do you want me to tell him?
Appeal to his sense of honor. Remind him of his position as a general. If you can convince him to stop spreading lies about me, I would be very grateful. Now I must ask you to take your leave. I have many clients waiting to see me.
have to admit I'm a little nervous.
That's understandable. Many are a little unsure.
Presidium usually houses the embassies of all of the individual species and races. But it's also where the ruling class lives. The most important people on the Citadel usually live on the Presidium. And the wards can be considered to be like slums. It's still a very nice place to live anywhere on the Presidium. I mean, yeah. I mean, on the Citadel, not yet.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
But it's definitely not as prestigious. So here we are going to mark checkpoint number 2 with the Avina. Avina is a virtual intelligence. So a VI, similar to an AI, a VI has limited intelligence. It only knows and does and recollects things that you program it to do, while an AI is capable of independent thought and growth. The Avina on the Citadel is a guide for people new to the Citadel. They tell us where everything is and short summaries of what is interesting about them. We're doing the laps because we are searching for keepers. Here's one.
I've told you before, you're not allowed in.
That should be, let's see, 9. This leads to the wards. We need to go to the wards. Here we have an argument between a CSEC officer and a Hanar, because the Hanar is disrupting the peace because he wants to spread the holy word of the Protheans.
Welcome to the Presidium. Allow me to be your guide.
That's 10.
Please do not disturb the keepers. Please do not disturb the keepers.
Oh, but we got it already. This is back at the tower, so we made a full lap. We only didn't explore our particular embassies yet, because we will be going back there a little later, so I'm putting it off for now. Now we're gonna go to the wards. We need to find both Harkin and Rex.
How you holding up, Lieutenant?
Not too bad. No headaches worth mentioning lately. Maybe I'm getting used to the strain.
Maybe you've just got a good stress release. I know that knocking the Geth on their synthetic asses gets rid of my headaches.
Right.
Do you really think we'll find him down here?
He always stops in for a few games of Quasar before he makes his drop.
Fist is gonna be pissed if we take down his supplier.
That's the point. We want him angry. Angry people make mistakes.
There's just something about Fist that makes me nervous.
Good. He's a dangerous man. Now keep your eyes peeled for our mark.
Sometimes just listening to dialogue gives you indication about a future mission. Here we go. 10, right? Yeah. We still have one more point available, but we will use it later.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
The news also directly talks about things that happen to you on your journey. Let's take a look here first. Okay. This is the new checkpoint. Scenic view, observe. We're gonna go here first. So whenever you go through a mission and you complete it or fail it, whatever, the news will have a report about it. It's interesting to listen to them sometimes. 11.
That's her.
Here we also have a skill bar. For Infiltrator, we have, at first, Overload, which does damage to their shields, their blue bar, and Sabotage, which overheats their weapon, effectively disabling it. So we target them into the reticle, and then we just click on or press the button for the skill. We want to destroy their shields, so they can take active damage. And likewise, you can command your team to use whatever skills they have.
Those were Saren's men. All targets down.
Overheat is great, but you need to take into consideration that enemies also have an inventory. So if you disable their shotgun, they may still have pistols or assault weapons. Listen, score is done. You can watch an Asari performer if you want. Nothing really happens, it's just something interesting. You can always talk with your team for
a million light years from where humanity began, and we walk into a bar filled with men drooling over half-naked women shaking their asses on a stage. I can't decide if that's funny or sad.
What? You don't think they're here because of the food?
for some additional dialogue.
I see why this place is so popular. It's got quite the, view.
Sorry, I'll get to you when I can.
I got business here, but not with you.
Here is General Septimus. He is the guy that Shoyura talked to us about.
Commander, what do you want?
I'm here on Shoyura's behalf. Your lies are hurting her.
Good! The lies have been killing me for days. I've seen a lot of horrible things in my days, and there's only one woman in this damn galaxy that helps me forget it.
So if you feel that way, then why spread lies about her?
'Cause she rejected me! Me! Septimus Oraka, General of the Turian Fleet.
Some general. What kind of example are you to your troops?
The troops can kiss my leathery backside. All I wanted was to retire and be with her. Look, kid, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't waste your time.
Never let the enemy see your weakness. You know that, General.
Enemies? The one place I always felt at peace was with her. But now, so you think it's that easy? Just straighten up and act like a general?
I don't think it could hurt.
Huh. Maybe you're right, Commander. Shaira's worth the effort, even if she won't have me back.
Now get up and get moving, General.
All right, I'll go to her. After I've had a cold shower or two. Say, you're a bright kid. Would you be interested in earning a few extra credits?
What do you want me to do?
There's an L-Corps diplomat out there who believes Shaira gave up his secrets.
Why does he think that?
Because I told him. Look, I just need you to convince him of the truth.
What makes you think he'll believe me?
You'll bring him proof. Take this datapad. It shows where I got my info. It will exonerate Shaira and convince the L-Corps.
Who am I taking it to, and where is he?
His name is Zaltan. He's an L-Corps diplomat. He's over in the embassies complaining about Shaira. Well, here's to soldiers acting like soldiers. Thanks, Commander. You know, you might make a good general yourself one day.
Hard to imagine a general like that getting so upset about a woman.
That's because you don't understand women,
So, we finished that mission. We need to go back and talk to Shaira again. And it also branched off into a different mission at the same time, which is great. And here we find Harkin, the corrupt cop.
Hey there, sweetheart. You looking for some fun? I gotta say, that soldier get-up looks real good on that body of yours. Why don't you sit your sweet little ass down beside old Harkin? Have a drink. See where this goes.
I'd rather drink a cup of acid after chewing on a razor blade.
You trying to hurt my feelings? You gotta do better than that. After 20 years with C-Sec, I've been called every name in the book, princess.
Call me princess again and you'll be picking your teeth up off the floor. Now tell me where Garrus is.
Okay, just relax. Garrus, you say? You must be one of Anderson's crew. Poor bastard still trying to bring Saren down, huh? I know where Garrus is, but you gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
Just tell me where Garrus is before this gets ugly.
But it's all related, don't you see? The captain used to be a Spectre. Didn't know that, did you? It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor, and then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
Just tell me where Garrus went.
Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's office. She runs the med clinic on the other side of the wards. Last I heard, he was going back there.
How well do you know Captain Anderson?
Met him a few times over the years. One of those hardcore military guys. Yes, sir. No, sir. Can't have any fun with a stick up your ass, sir. That's probably why he climbed the Alliance ranks so fast. The military loves brown-nosers.
The captain's a good soldier.
Sure, whatever. Dress him in a fancy suit, pin some shiny medals on his chest, and call him a hero. Everybody else does. But if he's so great, why'd the Spectres kick him out? Why'd you go ask him about that?
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility for yourself.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What's it like working for C-Sec?
You mean, what was it like? The executors suspended me without pay. Recurring violations. C-Sec was keeping a file on me. Can you believe that? Every mistake I ever made went into the books. Get a little rough with a suspect, note in the file. Have a couple of drinks on duty, note in the file. Skim a couple of credits off a drug bust, note in the file. It's a goddamn witch hunt.
For you.
You get off easy if you ask me.
Indeed.
What the hell do you know? Working for C-Sec isn't like being a Marine. People get pissed off if we shoot somebody. Investigations, inquiries, rules, regulations. Every day I plow through enough red tape to choke a rhino. That's how you gotta be to do this job. So don't talk to me about right and wrong. You soldiers got it easy.
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility for yourself.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
What do you know about Garrus?
Damn hothead is what he is. Still figures he can save the world. Always bucking heads with the Executor. He'll pay for it soon enough. The Executor loves to put us lowly field agents in our place. Just look what happened to me.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
That's what
Yeah,
happened
good.
to you.
Go. Let me drink in peace.
Let me just take a look at some key bindings.
Why didn't Captain Anderson tell us he used to be a Spectre?
Maybe it's not true. Harkin's an ass. Bet he's just messing with our heads.
You're probably right.
Harkin
Still.
said that Anderson was the first human Spectre and that he got kicked out. But that's not exactly right. We will find out more when we talk to Anderson about it.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Yes.
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
So, like before, get the Elenus risk control license. And we definitely want the Medigel upgrade. There is another one available, but we do not have enough credits. The Medigel upgrade allows us to hold 1 extra unit of Medigel. And Medigel will definitely be useful.
Is that really? Wow, it's you. You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am
Conrad
so
Werner.
honored to meet you.
Do I know you?
No, I'm just a fan. One of your biggest fans, actually. My name is Conrad. Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
I don't have time for this, Conrad. I'm not here to be a role model.
Oh, I see how it is. Commander Shepard doesn't have time for the little people. Far be it for me to get in your way. You go be a hero.
He's definitely a super fan.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades. Hello, Earth Clan. No doubt you've just come back from the colonies. Will you be needing supplies?
What colonies are you talking about?
Oh, my mistake, Earth Clan. I assumed... It doesn't matter. Pharos? Novaria? Well, if you haven't heard of them yet, I'm sure you will soon. But it doesn't matter where you hail from. My goods are available to all.
Show me what you got.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
New vendor, new license, Elkos. But we still can't get the upgrade. And new keeper. That should be 12.
I don't think you bought this here. I don't sell this model.
Look, I know it was you. I remember your face.
Really, that's impressive. Usually you humans can't tell one Turian from another.
This was the place. Now, are you going to give me a refund or not?
Do you have your proof of purchase?
What? No, I don't think you ever gave me one.
I'm sorry, man. I can't help you.
But what do you...
Can't help you.
I'm Emily Wong. I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
What do you need?
I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
How do you know that my investigation is going to uncover anything you need?
You wouldn't be investigating if it weren't big. And if it's big, it's something I'd like to hear about.
You gotta have access to better sources. Why contact me?
I'm using every source I can find, but I think I've got a better shot with you. According to your file, you survived back on Akuz when everyone else in your squad got killed. If anyone can find the worst elements of the Citadel and live to tell about it, it's you.
How do you know I'm investigating anything here on the Citadel?
I'm a good journalist, Commander Shepard. Word gets around.
Sounds like a good cause. If I find any information, it's yours.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
So it's a mission, and we definitely want to accept it. And here we have another club. Should be here, right? Yeah. Called the Flux.
You should be careful what you say that around.
What? Everyone knows Fist isn't at the local.
It's out of my hands, Retail. I'd bring her back in a second, but she doesn't want to come.
No. I'll see if I can talk some sense into her next time I see her.
Be careful. You know how stubborn your sister is. The more you push and prod, the more she'll run away.
Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks, Doran. Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. So, what can I do for you?
What were you discussing with the Volus?
Who, Doran? Oh, I was just asking him about my sister. See, she worked for Doran before she left to... Ugh, sorry. I don't want to bore you with my problems.
Get to the point.
Well, okay. My sister Jenna left here to go work at Cora's Den. The problem is, she's working as an informant for CSEC. You know, eavesdropping on the people there. If they find out what she's doing, they'll kill her.
You can't stop her from making stupid mistakes.
This stupid mistake might cost her her life. I don't know. Sometimes I think she stays there just to spite me.
Do you know who her contact at CSEC is?
No, it's all very secret. Last time I asked an officer, he told me to stay out of it, for Jenna's safety.
Maybe I could help her understand just how dangerous Cora's Den is.
Would you? That'd be great. Just don't tell her I sent you. Well, I should get back to work before I get in trouble. Thanks.
And another mission we added to the list.
Welcome to Flux. Name's Doran. What can I do for you?
Is this a casino?
Among other things, yes. We've got some quasar stations, if you're interested.
What can you tell me about the sisters working for you?
Well, Jenna left to work at Cora's Den. Now her sister Rita is all worried she might be in some kind of trouble. Not much chance Jenna will change her mind, though. She's a stubborn one. If she wanted to come back, I'd take her in a second. The customers loved her.
Quite the drama plot.
Are you the owner?
Owner, cook, and bartender. I've even been known to dance a little when the mood strikes me. We've got some quasar stations, if you're interested.
Oh, you like to dance?
Goodbye.
Doran?
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
Seems like a nice guy, right? I like him. Here you can play Quasar, which is... I think it's the Mass Effect version of Blackjack. But 13, okay. Lucky number. But instead of 21, you have to get as close to or reach as close to as possible or reach 20. Harkin told us where Garrus is, so we're going to go and find him now. And we reached the checkpoint. Scenic view.
Big place.
That your professional opinion, sir?
How can they keep tabs on all of this? The Presidium may as well be on another planet.
There is definitely a gap between their presentation and what's here. Tracking arrivals must be a nightmare.
This makes Jump Zero look like a porta-john, and it's the largest deep space station the Alliance has.
Jump Zero is big, but this is a whole nother scale. Look at the ward arms. How do they keep all that mass from flying apart?
No wonder the Council treats us like outsiders. We'd be just another drop in a bucket they already can't carry.
They must figure us for one more gang of F&Gs looking for a handout.
I doubt it's personal. It's gotta be a balancing act, like every other government.
All right, secure the chatter. We're all FNGs here, but we don't need to make it obvious.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I'm not exactly sure what an FNG is. It's probably in the codex somewhere. Actually, let's take a look. No. Military jargon. FNG. Freaking new guys. So, we're the freaking new guys. Okay. So if you remember, the Citadel has 5 arms, right? And on each of these arms, you can see all of these skyscrapers and buildings. And these are called the wards. This is where the majority of the population on the Citadel lives. It's very expensive. I didn't say expensive, it's expansive, meaning it's very huge and very densely populated. And keeper number 14. 6 more. And here's the med clinic.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear!
That was smart, Doc. Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or we'll... Who are you?
Let her go.
Ah!
I smell trouble.
Usually whenever you take too much fire and your blue bar depletes, you just want to wait and cover.
Area secured.
And we always want to replenish our metagel. Health only slowly recovers when you are outside of combat.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
You took him down clean.
Sometimes you get lucky. Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
Why were they threatening you? Who do they work for?
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
Does this have anything to do with the investigation into Saren?
I think it might. Dr. Michelle, tell us what happened.
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker.
She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Where is she now?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
What else can you tell me about the Quarian?
I'm not sure. Like I said, she wanted to trade information for a place to hide. She didn't... Wait a minute. Geth. Her information had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
Yeah, we heard about him.
A Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the CSEC Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making threats. We brought Rex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him at the Academy before he leaves.
Move out.
That's great, so we can finally recruit Garrus into our squad. He is definitely a favorite for many, absolutely for me. At least one of them. But it's really hard not to like anybody.
I never
on your
properly
squad.
thanked you for saving me from Fist's thugs, Commander.
Usually.
I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there.
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
My parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
You're a doctor. How did you...
I chose to keep the medical tradition
Let me take a look
alive.
at what you have for sale.
Of course.
So nothing that we can use right now. You can see that she is selling items up to level 8, but they also cost a lot more. So we need to find a Quarian who seems to have some kind of link between Saren and the Geth, which should prove his guilt to the Council. And that's why Saren made an offer to Fist, who was previously working for the Shadow Broker, to bring her in. And if you remember, the Quarians were...
Don't kid yourself. It's even bigger than it looked.
How would you know?
I got a tour. One of
the
500 to
species
see the
who
ascension from the
designed the Geth.
Really?
Took almost 6 hours and we only saw 1/10 of the ship. I even got to meet the commander.
Okay. Now we want to go to CSEC Academy and find Rex. And a new keeper. That's 15.
Hey, I know you. You're Shepard, right? I saw the monument at Akuz. They got a whole section about you there. It's a miracle you survived.
Looks like you have a fan.
I'm sorry, I just never thought I'd meet someone like you in person. My name's Lang, Officer Eddie Lang, Citadel Security. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. What are you doing down here in the wards? Anything I can help you with?
Why'd you join Citadel Security?
I don't know. Seemed like the right thing to do, you know? Maybe it's in my blood. My grandfather was a cop back on Earth. It's kind of what CSEC is. Police for the Citadel. I'm still pretty new at it, but I like it so far. Way more interesting than staying back on Earth. You get to meet all kinds of cool aliens, like those Hanar. Wild. Plus, CSEC gets a lot of respect here. We uphold the law. People, even aliens, appreciate that.
How do you like working here on the Citadel?
This place is amazing. I've been here almost a year, and I still haven't seen a tenth of it. The Presidium's just so beautiful. Good place to go and relax. But I really like it here down in the wards. There's always something going on somewhere. Like that new club they just opened a few months ago, Flux. Wicked scene in there, Commander. You should check it out when you have some time.
What do you know about Spectres?
Just the stuff they show in the vids. They always make them out to be super agents on secret missions to save the galaxy. I know it's not really like that, though. Some of the other CSEC guys don't like them too much. Figure they shouldn't be able to operate outside the law. But if they were so bad, the Council wouldn't use them, right?
Do you know a CSEC officer named Harkin?
I shouldn't really say too much. He's been on the force a lot longer than me. But I've heard things, you know? Drinking on the job, taking bribes, that kind of thing. Rumors mostly, but they suspended him, so some of it must be true.
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
Talking to him isn't really important, but it's filler.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Right. And this is CSEC Academy, the headquarters of Citadel Security. Here we have a keeper. That should be 60. And another vendor. We will talk to him a little later.
CSEC seems more like a military operation than a police force.
I used to have an office here. Spent half my time doing paperwork.
Witnesses saw you making threats in Fist's bar. Stay away from him.
I don't take orders from you.
This is your only warning, Rex.
You should warn Fist. I will kill him.
You want me to arrest you?
I want you to try.
Go on. Get out of here.
Do I know you, human?
I'm going after Fist. I don't want you getting in my way.
Huh. Now I recognize you. Commander Shepard from the Alliance. Heard a lot about you. We're both warriors, Shepard. Out of respect, I'll give you a fair warning. I'm going to kill Fist.
Fist knows you're coming. We'll have a better chance if we all work together.
My people have a saying. Seek the enemy of your enemy, and you will find a friend.
Rex. I definitely like Rex. Probably because I have an uncle that reminds me a lot of him. He is a Krogan, and what's special about the Krogan is that they also live over 1,000 years, but they are very resilient. They have a very hostile home planet. It has a lot of radiation, a lot of very dangerous things going on, from vicious predators to just absolutely uninhabitable environments, but they learned to adapt. So they became a very resilient species. They are fighters to the core. They live to fight. Mostly all of them, they just all want to prioritize fighting. If they have a choice between a career in, I don't know, something a little more diplomatic, or a career which involves any kind of fight, most of the time they will just always choose a fight. That's in their nature. They also have many multiple organs, right? So for example, they can have 2 or 3 hearts, they can have extra sets of lungs, extra of every vital organ. So they are very, very hard to kill, and in combat they are especially dangerous because they can regenerate health very rapidly. So they are very dangerous enemies. They also have a very tragic past, but we will find out more about that in the future. Seek the enemy of your enemy and you will find a friend. I like that saying.
I think we're gonna get along just fine, Rex.
Let's go. I hate to keep Fist waiting.
And we recruited Rex to the crew. Definitely a great addition.
Okay, Jaleel. Let me get this straight. Your business partner, Shorban, he's threatened you?
Well, no, not exactly.
Oh, we know
But he wants
Shorban.
to meet with me. I think he's going to kill me.
He's the one who
And
made us
why
count
do you
all of the
think that?
keepers and scan them.
I can't really get into the details. But Shorban will kill me if I leave here unprotected.
I can't help you. Not unless you give me something more to go on.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Then I've got other work to do.
What are you hiding?
Hey there!
Jaleel.
Oh, you're not CSEC, are you? Did you want something?
What were you trying to explain to the officer before?
My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I want. Someone to talk to him. Tell him to leave me alone. He thinks he can just push me around, but you'll show him, won't you?
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Shorban. He's a Solarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist.
Shorban. That's the guy who wanted us to scam the Keepers.
The Keepers? Well, even more reason to go after him. That's against regulations.
I better look into this right away. Find out what he's up to.
Anything's possible with Shorban these days. Well, good luck.
Hello, Commander.
It's just funny how distressed he is. Do we have a keeper up here? Yeah, we do. Great. That should be 17. Examine the terminal. Another one. Some extra codex entries. The first time I played this game, like I said, with the amount of dialogue can be overwhelming. I kept seeing people saying it's such a good story, such a great game. So I just decided, okay, I'm going to give this a fair shot, right? I'm going to persevere and just power through it. I'm gonna read everything. I want to see everything the game has to offer.
I'm surprised that you're willing to kill your own, Rex. Aren't the Krogan just a few generations away from extinction?
You don't get it. For all your talk of honor and pride, the Turians never had to test their principles in a real struggle. Anyone who fights us is either stupid or on Saren's payroll. Killing the latter is business. Killing the former is a favor to the universe.
Gotta love it. But at the end, I just felt so satisfied. It really is an amazing story, and all of the little details, they do add up. And I actually began looking into who wrote the story, and it's a guy named Drew, and I really began to respect him as an author. Because the more information you know, the more you can enjoy every smallest detail. Especially once you start reaching Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 1 is like the boot camp. Right, so we have to go to Cora's Den and confront Fist. Citadel Rapid Transit. This is like a taxi. But it doesn't really have a driver, it's all digital. So we want to go to Cora's Den. Instead of walking there, we can just teleport here.
Looks like it's shut down.
See a Krogan in it. This help?
Shield down.
He's on the floor after having his health depleted to 0. He's just rapidly regenerating. His health back to full. It's crazy. And the further into the game you are, the more resilient they become.
That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
Warehouse workers. All the real guards must be dead.
Stay back, or we'll shoot.
I just killed 50 bodyguards to get in here. What do you think I'll do to you?
Screw Fist. He doesn't pay us enough for this.
It would have been quicker to just kill them.
Shooting people isn't always the answer.
And this is a nice example of the conscience. Rex said shooting them would have just been easier, so he agrees with us. But Garrus tried to play the good role of the conscience, saying that shooting is not always the answer. And there's always a balance between good and bad, regardless of who is in your squad. I, at least personally, have never experienced an exchange that had both good or both bad exchanges.
Why do I have to do everything myself? Time to die, little soldiers.
You just disabled that one immediately. That was a little bit... That was was a little bit too much damage. Okay. We forgot for a moment we were playing Insanity.
Looks like it's shut down.
Fist knows we're coming.
If you notice, our weapon overheats, so that's because we do not have ammo. So, in a sense, our ammo is unlimited.
Stop right there! Don't come any closer!
Overheat.
Warehouse workers. All the real guards must be dead.
Stay back or we'll shoot.
I just killed 50 bodyguards to get in here. What do you think I'll do to you?
Screw it. Would have been
Shooting
quicker.
people isn't always.
And that's very interesting because of the way the weapon is designed. So, we don't have a normal ammo clip. Like a normal handgun clip would have maybe 16 bullets, right? But what this game does is the magazine has a block of metal in it, and every time a small piece gets sheared off of that block of metal, that sheared off shard then gets projected at very high velocity to act like a bullet. I think it also uses a small Mass Effect field, but I'm not sure. It could just be magnetic propulsion. I don't remember. But anyway, because of that metal block, instead of holding just 16 bullets that a normal handgun would, it can hold several thousands, which is a lot more than we are ever going to spend. So instead of just putting a high number up there,
Why do I have to do everything myself? Time to die.
Okay, we need to be a little more careful. We disabled that, so we want them to attack that one.
Slow down.
Target acquired.
Wait! Don't kill me, I surrender!
Tell me where the Quarian is and I won't have to shoot you in the kneecaps.
She's not here. I don't know where she is. That's the truth.
He's no use to you now. Let me kill him.
Wait. I don't know where the Quarian is, but I know where you can find her. The Quarian isn't here. Said she'd only deal with the Shadow Broker himself.
Face to face? Impossible. Even I was hired through an agent.
Nobody meets the Shadow Broker, ever. Even I don't know his true identity. But she didn't know that. I told her I'd set a meeting up. But when she shows up, it'll be Saren's men waiting for her.
Tell me where that meeting is before I blow your lying head off.
Here on the wards, the back alley by the markets. She's supposed to meet them right now. You can make it if you hurry.
What are you doing? The Shadow Broker paid me to kill him. I don't leave jobs half done.
A lot of people died because of him. He had it coming. Now let's move. We have to save that Quarian.
But before we leave, there's a optical storage disc right here. It is the item Emily Wong, the journalist, asked us to get. Now we have to reach the meeting. The thugs. The thugs. This setup. Okay, there is a time limit, so we need to
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
They'll be here. Where's the evidence?
No way. The deal's off. Me up. I knew I couldn't trust him.
You've got proof Saren is working with the Geth. Hand it over.
Not so fast. Who are you?
I don't have time for questions. I need the evidence you have against Saren.
I guess I owe you. But not out here in the open. We need to go somewhere safe.
We could take her to the human embassy. Your ambassador will want to see this anyway.
You're not making my life easy, Shepard. Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many...
Who's this? A Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
Yes, we did go a little bit out of control.
This Quarian can help us bring down Saren. I would have told you that if you hadn't jumped down my throat.
I apologize, Commander. This whole thing with Saren has me a bit on edge. Maybe we should just start at the beginning, Miss...
My name is Tali. Tali Zora Naraya.
We don't see many Quarians here. Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage. My rite of passage into adulthood.
I've never heard of this before.
It is a tradition among my people. When we reach maturity, we leave the ships of our parents and our people behind. Alone, we search the stars, only returning to the flotilla once we have discovered something of value. In this way, we prove ourselves worthy of adulthood.
What kinds of things do you look for?
It could be resources like food or fuel, or some type of useful technology, or even knowledge that will make life easier on the flotilla. Through our pilgrimage, we prove that we will contribute to the community, rather than being a burden on our limited resources.
Tell us what you found.
During my travels, I began hearing reports of Geth. Since they drove my people into exile, the Geth have never ventured beyond the Veil. I was curious. I tracked a patrol of Geth to an uncharted world. I waited for one to become separated from its unit. Then I disabled it and removed its memory core.
I thought the Geth fried their memory cores when they died. Some kind of defense mechanism.
How did you manage to preserve the memory core?
My people created the Geth. If you're quick, careful, and lucky, small caches of data can sometimes be saved. Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
He said Eden Prime brought him one step closer to finding the conduit. Any idea what that means?
The conduit must have something to do with the beacon. Maybe it's some kind of Prothean technology. Like a weapon.
Wait, there's more. Saren wasn't working alone.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about Reapers.
Are they some kind of new alien species?
According to the memory core, the Reapers were a hyper-advanced machine race that existed 50,000 years ago. The Reapers hunted the Protheans to total extinction, and then they vanished. At least, that's what the Geth believe.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand it now. I saw the Protheans being wiped out by the Reapers.
The Geth revere the Reapers as gods, the pinnacle of non-organic life. And they believe Saren knows how to bring the Reapers back.
The Council is just going to love this.
The Reapers are a threat to every species in Citadel space. We have to tell them.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio files prove Saren's a traitor.
The Captain's right. We need to present this to the Council right away.
What about her? The Quarian?
My name is Tali. You saw me in the alley, Commander. You know what I can do. Let me come with you.
I thought you were on your pilgrimage.
The pilgrimage proves we are willing to give of ourselves for the greater good. What does it say about me if I turn my back on this? Saren is a danger to the entire galaxy. My pilgrimage can wait.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
Anderson and I will go ahead to get things ready with the Council. Take a few minutes to collect yourself, then meet us in the tower.
We welcome Tali into the squad. Great. She is also a very great character. We'll expand on the Quarians a little bit. But first, it should be the embassy section, right? Okay. First, I will take this chance to take a little break.